Hi everybody, how you all doing? Today we're doing another comments Q&A session. I've been sent in a question and yeah, basically you can ask a question too. All you have to do is write one in the comments below, and if it's of benefit for the entire community here, then I will answer it in video form. Obviously I answer, kind of most of my comments anyway, but if it's good enough for the entire community and everybody else might want to hear the answer, then I'll do it in a video form, which is better than just a typed answer, isn't it? So yeah, another way to make sure that your question gets an answer via video form is to be a subscriber. That will definitely help your chances. So do that, plus spread the word. Make sure to share a video, and yeah, catch me on Twitter. You know what I'm going to say. Right, so this video today is about the Surface Book. We all love this, we all know this. Yeah, I may have slammed the stylus recently, but it's only because I think a small improvement of the stylus would definitely help out the entire Surface range. So let's crack on with the question here, and yeah, dive right in. So today's question comes from Crooked Little Flower Studios. Now this is a very long form question, as you can see. Please, if you're going to send me a question that long, just jam in some line breaks. It will really help while I'm reading this. Right, so I have a few questions. You certainly do, there are a couple in here. Looking for some good resources on how to set up my Surface Book with performance base, better i7 16GB of RAM version. I notice on your videos Photoshop is running so much smoother. I am new to Photoshop as a drawing tool. I have the $9.99 a month Adobe package. I recently bought Rebelle free after trying it. I really loved it. But it really is struggling, and it shouldn't. I am going to pull my files off. I notice you said not to save to the computer. As an artist, I have a lot on this computer and externally backed up. These digital drawing files are huge. I think I need to reconfigure and make sure my everything is available for Rebelle or Photoshop. Thinking long term, I think I might need my Surface to be solely for drawing, and eventually have a separate laptop for everything else. So I'll just leave that there for a moment, and yeah, okay. So let's have that as the first question. Right, okay, so yes, this is something I come across a lot. Photoshop, Corel Painter, other large drawing apps, yeah, all drawing apps, all applications use scratch disks. They want to take over your hard drives and use them as their memories, as their thinking tools. And basically what this means is that you can't fill up the hard drive. If this is the hard drive and if you fill 3/4 of the hard drive with video files, audio files, painting files, whatever, then that means that Photoshop, for instance, has only 1/4 to use as its, to use for thinking power. And Photoshop doesn't like that. It's very bad. It means Photoshop's going to run very slowly. However, I don't do that. I only keep the files that I'm currently working on my Surface. That's all that's on here. Only, 1 or 2 illustrations that I'm currently working on. Yeah? That's all that's on here. So, everything else is on my Drobo. That's why I'm wearing the hat today. And once they're done, they go on the Drobo. And then I'll start another illustration. The point being, my hard drive on here, I've got the 1 terabyte on here. And that's, I think, 70% free. Meaning Photoshop has 70% to use for a scratch disk, which is brilliant for Photoshop. And that's kind of what you want to be aiming for. Take off everything you're not, take off those games. That's why I'm not a gamer. Because I don't want to clog up my computer with games. I don't play, games on consoles because, well, it'd eat up my time as well. And quite frankly, I don't want to waste time playing games when I could be drawing. But, that's just me, and I know other people aren't the same, willing to give that up. But, yeah, video files, music, store all externally. I used to store them all on little external drives. If you look on my Instagram, you can see there's a photograph of the space down here on my desk where you can see all these little external drives plugged in, and it looked a mess. It did. Until I got the Drobo and put everything on that one Drobo, which is brilliant because it backs itself up, which means I'm never going to have a corrupt drive, which means files aren't going to get corrupted, which means I'm never going to lose anything, and it's great. Everything is there on one place. I'm never going to have to search through different drives either to have to look through things. It's all in one place. And keep on expanding it, because when I start running out of room, I can just update one of the drives with a bigger drive. It backs itself up because there are multiple drives in there, and it spreads the space over. Yeah, I've got videos on Drobo, so go and check those out. That'll explain it if you're interested. But point being, I never put anything on my computers, be it my Wacom Mobile Studio, be it my Surface Book. Yeah, I don't, because the computer needs that room. Even if it's my main computer here, I don't do it. I mean, the Dell desktop that I've got here, I use for video editing. So yeah, that needs a lot of cache space too. So yeah, just the same there. I need to keep the hard drives free for that to be able to do its job, and that's why I use the Drobo. Another thing I might recommend once you've got that up and running is, I'm just going to go and double check that I've got the name. Yeah, and I've been using it since like the 90s. Disk cleanup. All you need to do is go into, best way to find this is just to, next to the little start menu, there's your search menu as well, the little magnifying glass search menu. Just type disk cleanup into there. Now you can find it in the search menu, in your Windows menu as well. But yes, if you don't know where it is already, just go into the search menu and search for it on your computer. Once you've gotten rid of all the stuff off your computer that you can get rid of, run a disk cleanup. You'll get rid of old cache files you didn't know you could get rid of, Windows updates that don't need to be there, that have installation files, things that have been uninstalled and left on your computer. If you've never run this before, then you'll probably get rid of 10 gigs that have just been sitting idle on your computer. Yeah, so that alone will make your computer run faster. But I wouldn't do that until you've gotten rid of files off your computer that you no longer need, or that you can store somewhere else on an external drive. Because that will help. But I don't store music on my computer anymore, because I found my music collection was actually one of the biggest culprits. It really was. And I don't have films on there anymore, because let's face it, it's easier to stream everything these days. Even my music, I don't even listen to it anymore. I couldn't tell you. I didn't even put my music on the Drobo. I put it on a separate drive and just put it in a drawer, because these days I just YouTube all my music. Yeah, but that's just how it is. Realistically, yeah, I think that's pretty much the best way to go on it, and that will really help speed up what you're doing. I like the fact that you're trying Rebelle free. I haven't done any videos on this. Don't know why. Really should do, I suppose. Hands up anybody who wants me to do a video on Rebelle free. Maybe I'll factor that in. I don't know anybody who uses it professionally, but I know a lot of people who like to tinker around in it, and you know, it certainly is a fun application. Let me pick up and see where I am. Yes, Crooked Little Flower Studio says he's looking, or she's looking, at the option of going for the Surface Studio versus the Wacom 32. Seems it might be better to invest in the Wacom as I could swap computers. Again, is it best to solely dedicate that computer to a drawing tablet? Are you talking about the Surface, or are you talking about a whole new computer? Long term, I would say yes. Perhaps how long term are you talking? Because yes, in the long term, the Wacom would be the better option. But here's the rub. You said you're just starting out. The Wacom 32 is the device for the top of the... It's the very pro device. You know, this is what the Hollywood guys are using. You know, it's what I have right here. But you said you're just starting out. It could be overkill for you. You know, something like Wacom Mobile Studio or the Surface Book might be a better place to start, because with this Wacom with a Wacom Cintiq Pro 32, you have to sit at a desk. For someone like me who's got a studio, fine. I spend all day in here. But for you, do you want to be chained to a desk all day for that amount of money that you're going to spend? I mean, I don't know you. You might be absolutely minted. That might be nothing to you, might be a drop in the ocean, you might not care. In which case, please see my PayPal button on my channel page. But I forgot my train of thought now. But yes, it might be better for you to go to the Surface Book or the Wacom Mobile Studio and have a device that's a bit more portable. Reason being, that way you'll actually get more drawing time in. You'll be able to sit on the sofa and do some drawing. You'll be able to draw when you're traveling on the train, or you'll be able to go out and, you know, sit in the garden and draw. Or, you know, having a device which is portable might just allow you to get more practice in. That's all dependent on your lifestyle though. So that one's up to you. That's a highly personal decision. So given the fact you're just starting out and you're not a professional, if you were a professional, I'd have said go for the Wacom straight away, because you're professional, you work at a desk. But if you're just starting out, then it's the fact that you need to just you need to put as many hours in as possible. So which works best for you in terms of putting in those hours? Is it being able to move around, having a portable device, or is it being sat at a desk? Only you know that answer. Looking through the rest of this, yeah, I think, you know, I think that's pretty much it. I hope that helped. I hope that helped a few of you as well. Right, have a great day. Any other questions, leave them in the comments. It doesn't have to be this video, it could be any video. If you've got a great question, I will make a video for it and witter on for a bit. There you go. Hopefully, if you're a subscriber, your chances of having that question answered will skyrocket. Remember to spread the word, share the videos, tell everyone that I love them, and I will see you all later. Have an absolutely great day, keep being creative, and yeah, I'll see you all around sometime. Mine.